All right. We are here with Nashi Moon Sage's Scion. And these card names are getting crazy. I mean, this is kind of an older card now, but 3 mana, 3/2, Rat Ninja. The ninjutsu is irrelevant. You can't ninjutsu from the command zone unless it specifies. I think there's like one, maybe two cards that let you do that, so it doesn't actually have ninjutsu. But it's basically the black Ragavan that costs 3 times as much. However, you can cast stolen spells for free using your life total instead of mana. So you can actually like do something instead of like the first time Ragavan hits you, you usually can't cast a spell or something like that. Ragavan is still stronger than this because it gets a treasure token, and then the treasure tokens let you cast other things. So that doesn't help you do that. So this is just, I've just kind of liked this card lately, and it's one of my favorite turn 1 plays with Dark Ritual, so why not put it into the command zone, right? It's probably not as good as Liliana of the Veil, turn 1, but I haven't done it yet, right? So, we're just 3-drop nightmares. I really just want to see how often Dark Ritual truly scams people in the, or one of the most ideal scenarios, which is a very scary turn 1 play, and not just like a 2-drop or something. Just always have something that is not Liliana of the Veil, because I've seen that a few times, right? Well, actually, you know, it's been a while since I've seen this, so maybe it's in its own bracket or something. I don't know. Another interesting one, I kind of forgot it existed, and it came back to my attention, is this, Creation of Avacyn. You can put any creature under this, and then have it when you go to the third part. So you can put Gristlebrand under this, and then have Gristlebrand turn 5. Right, that seems pretty good. So I'm running, you know, a few silver bullets. This does cost life, so I don't always have to hit like Gristlebrand. It's not always the right thing, but sometimes it is, right? Sometimes Shield is the right hit. Sometimes Phyrexian Obliterator is the right thing. So it really depends. Creation has options. The mana base is very straightforward. I'm not trying to play around with tap lands or any adorable lands. I don't think that's what I'm trying to do. I can't afford like my 3rd land drop to be tapped if I don't have something like Dark Ritual. I'm not running Mana Rocks because this is a 3-drop. If it was a 4-drop, I would, but it's not. So the Mana Rocks don't really help you cast this at all. Not even like Wayfarer's Bauble. And then, you know, I mean, they do, but you would rather the Mana Rock just be a land instead. So that's why the deck looks the way that it does. Ways to cheat death, like Feign Death, just recurring this if it were to die. So, depending on the matchup, maybe it's secretly a 4-drop, if I'm leaving up a protection spell of some sort. So yeah, that's it. Clear the way with removal, poke my opponent, steal victories. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's kill people. Though I would have preferred a 1-mana removal spell. Okay, never mind. We can just lose that way as well. On the play with an unkillable Time Walk. I can't cast the Sign in Blood, so I guess I won't. And Fell doesn't do anything. Killing my opponent's commander is basically free. It really doesn't do anything. It's just a 4/4. I can play Liliana, and plus here, this goes to 2. This goes to, well, it's just so it takes 3 and it lives. Which is simply to cast it. I could cast my commander as well. Clearing the way for my commander is kind of hard. I did top deck something that keeps it alive later. I think this is the best thing I can do here. So I will. Because it doesn't die. If it died, then obviously it would not be the best thing I could do. I just need my opponent to stay off the board and get in there at some point. It's possible. I'm seeing lines here. Yasharn's text box doesn't... Oh, Yasharn's text box does shut down my commander's text box. Okay, but that shouldn't be too big of a deal. I should be able to kill it. I'm kind of flabbergasted. My opponent did Stone Cold nothing. Kind of blown away. I suppose it's better to cast Sign in Blood and assume my opponent doesn't have a hasting threat or anything like that. Because I really want a land drop. And I'm just going to assume that removal's fine, not being cast immediately. Okay. Looks like nothing. Okay. Let's bank on them not having anything. I'm going to send it. I can cast it twice and cast it again next turn. And this doesn't win the game. Just because I hit my opponent with this does not mean I win the game. Oh, please cast your commander. Please. It even specifically does something. Don't you love that when it actually does something? Okay, you want to trade? Okay. Yeah. Oh, no, it's got vigilance. Never mind. Yeah, trading at all. I can't remember the last time I've seen this card. Curious. Let's see what's in your hands, shall we? Great Henge and Scute Swarm. I have enough removal for Scute Swarm, I think. Let's get rid of that. And then let's get rid of that. And poke. I can only play one of them. This is kind of lame. I think this is slightly better, given the situation. I don't actually know. I'm going to play this one. I really don't think Dryad is getting me anywhere. I think that's fine. Scute Swarm does have a land, and it will copy itself, so I have to kill both immediately. Assuming my opponent didn't just top deck a... Okay. Does it just plus? It's the only thing that matters, right? Oh, no, it minuses. Really? Okay. Think I'm going to be swinging at that. Think I'm going to be swinging at that, so... I could kill it. Okay. I'd like to get into combat and see what my opponent does when I go here. I'd like to just kill something, like negate, yeah, so I just run into that. And then I, kill their thing anyways. Forage here. And we have to kill this, which kind of sucks, but I lose the game if they draw lands, and they do have guarantee lands in hand, so... Now I'm just banking on this, because I can't really kill their commander. But I do have a way to at least block it. Alright, I can trade. This has lifelink. This is difficult to deal with. Opponents... They could just not play the lands, though, maybe, and then this doesn't work. Something like that. Delighted Halfling. Okay, I'll take that. That's funny. I can't commit any crimes, so I'm just going to play this. And we're going to pass. Alright, more useless mana. That's fine. Just more things that prevent me from attacking. Opponent probably wants to swing because a trade would favor them. They don't even think about it. Sure. So... Still no way to commit crimes, but this card is in play. There are a lot of crimes to commit in my deck. My deck is very criminal. Yeah, alright, so it looks like they're just drawing lands and ramp spells and stuff, because that's what green-white does, but Yasharn is not too scary of a commander, usually. Oh, look at that! My opponent didn't even cast any white spells. My opponent cast no white spells. Yeah, I wonder what color's better. 1-0. 1-0. We don't lose to a mana dork, and I can fly over something. I don't know. Shambly boy. Alright, Shambles. Get in there. Get in there. Okay, that's unusual. Opponent doesn't have a 1 or 2 mana spell. Very strange. Very, very, very strange, especially with double green in a 5-color deck. No mana dork, no ramp spell. Unusual. Another green source. Also kind of unusual. I just got in there with my commander. Okay. I'll take it. Steal the win. I got poop. Of course I got poop. So I'll run this out and now face the wrath of some kind of sweeper. And then proceed to practically lose the game on the spot. They definitely have a board wipe, otherwise it wouldn't stay in the game. Chatterfang? I do like Chatterfang. Yeah, I like Chatterfang. I do. Okay, sure. I'm almost surprised they didn't kill Zen, Shieldred. Well, there's no way on earth I don't cast this. I have a bunch of stuff to discard. I like Chatterfang more than the one I played. Wow, we just beat it. This is an unbelievable amount of forests, but again, second game. We're 2-0. Green is the best color, so 5-color deck. Green, 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 and then just cast other colors later. Draw a spell with mana value, blah, blah. Sure. I can keep the board empty, like I can go for my commander, Phyrexian Scriptures it, and then, oh, or we can just lose to Wash Away. That works too. Very fun. Still gonna cast Phyrexian Scriptures. Yeah, Paradox, yeah, that combos with everything as well. Okay. Scriptures it is. So, the creatures they play this turn get blown up, and the creatures in play get blown up. Surely my opponent has no answer to this card. They had another 1-mana ramp spell. They just had another one. Jeez. Alright, we play this, and we draw. I think I'll just put Ghost Form on this just to spend my mana. That's fine. That's fine. This card is just solid. I don't hate it existing. So some of the Alchemy commanders really could have been stronger. They could have just had paper level text. I don't know why they don't. I don't even know what this does, but I'm gonna kill it with my Shieldred. Should I? Wait a minute. Yes. If my opponent's going to kill my commander, I'm going to keep them completely off the board. Would have loved a land, but of course we didn't get it. That's a little annoying, but my opponent doesn't have the city's blessing. I suppose I'm just going to Liliana minus? Alright, look at that! Look at that! Mono black mid-range, just bullying my opponent out of existence. And yet again, another green deck with the most prolific color was green in a multicolored deck. Wow, we beat a Wash Away. Okay. What a format, dude. 3-0. Okay, I took out some poop that just doesn't seem to ever come up or matter, and I'm adding, like, some equipment that gives this flying, which I don't think is the right idea. Maybe more, well, probably, definitely more removal spells, but they're unique enough where I'm willing to try them, right? It's just not the same thing for the zillionth time. But the issue is trying to get these on this is not my problem currently. My problem is trying to get this to just sit and play for a turn. So I don't know how this helps, but why not? Let's just put something in there that looks funny. It's got to be a step in a direction. There's 360 directions to go. It's a step in one of them. Let's just hope it's one that, you know, you can see and that goes that way. Not that way. Okay, so this is another mono removal deck. I guess my commander is out the window. Can I win with... Palantir is just good. Palantir can solo people, maybe sort of the rest. Oh man, look at all that removal. Oh, mana drain too, yeah. Excellent. Removal, removal, removal. My opponent's hand is quite literally nothing but removal. There is no other card in my opponent's hand. Removal. This is removal too, right? Yes, removal. Alright. Bitter Blossom is probably better than taking a card my opponent's not going to cast next turn, so... And my opponent's tapped out. Okay, so this would be the 5th game, or 4th game, where I didn't draw my 3rd land. And again, there are more lands in this than my average deck, and they're all like untapped swamps too. It's not even, I'm not even getting cute with my lands. Okay, I found Dark Ritual. Opponent has a lot of removal. This is non-token, so if I Dark Ritual my commander out, it just doesn't do anything. Alright, I'm going to lead with this, see what happens. Apparently nothing. Oh, okay. Let's go for the Throat. And next phase, nothing. Alright, no reason to cast my commander, because obviously it doesn't work. Both of these are fine. I suppose I'll take the Cavern. Because I obviously need to hit lands. Could still commit my commander. Could also just not do that. Again, it doesn't really do anything. It doesn't do anything for a multitude of reasons. My opponent played an untapped land. That's unusual. If it's a counterspell... Alright, now we can cast our commander. Because I think it's a counterspell, and they can't use their removal in the same turn they cast their commander next turn, so... This is fine. I think it's a counterspell. Yep, get wrecked. Xander's Wake is hilarious. I don't really care if I have it or not, but it's probably better than not having it. I don't know. Alright, they took 6. So now they can just kill my commander, but they cannot cast their commander. That is fine with me. Oh no, my graveyard. They're losing life much faster than I am, too, which is nice. Opponent now has a 1-mana spell, I guess. Look at that. Lucky us. Alright, Palantir. Continue Operation Cyberbully. It was a Fatal Push, and they're Fatal Pushing a tapped token. That makes 0 sense, but I will take it. Them milling me gives me Forage, so now I can pay for Ward on their commander. I can exile the 3 cards I just milled. Kill this. They can cast Flare. That doesn't really matter, but I guess technically they could do that. They have yet another 1-mana spell, but it doesn't appear to be Spell Pierce or anything. Though that wouldn't matter too much anyways. The ward is 2, right? Yeah. Now they're at a point where I probably can't... They can't... mill anymore, so I can start picking things. I like Plunder. I actually do like Plunder here. Wow, opponent just... That's very ballsy. Alright, well now they absolutely can't do it because they're just dead. Alright, that's an unusual line of things to happen. They're not dead if I kill it or not. There's no reason to kill it, I guess. You can just pass. Check for traps is interesting. I think I can go ahead and let my opponent keep their commander at this point, because my board is just disgusting. Yeah, this is fine. Like, they're at 1, I have 4 lethal threats, and it's not getting better. This doesn't matter, this doesn't matter. None of my opponent's hand matters. I'll take the Flare, because it's a removal spell, and the other 2 cards have no text. Yep. Look at that. Get wrecked. That was the best I have ever seen Bitter Blossom. I don't know. I feel like it is. Okay, that's not a good sign. I could simply lose to a 1-minute time walk that I have no answer to. There's the 1-minute time walk that I did not draw an answer to. I can play Shieldred next turn, and then Arena, and then do that, which doesn't inherently win, but I don't know. My opponent played a 1-mana 1/1 with Trample. That is a card I didn't even know existed. I am absolutely fascinated. You have my attention. What is going on? Charging Badger. Does this do brown as a creature? Look at the top card. Alright. Opponent's playing Charging Badger. I respect it. I don't get it, but I like it. I've fallen quite behind when it comes to the board. I don't know if I'm going to attack. I probably should, right? Although giving my opponent a 6 attack trigger is probably not a good idea. So let's not attack. Like, now this just can't attack, right? And I'd rather them not have the ability to do that. Seems moderately important. I don't know. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it isn't. Okay. I have an answer to that. It costs a lot of life, but that is totally fine. That was also a very good draw. So let's play this. Yeah, my commander doesn't do anything, and we can leave up Malakir Rebirth. I think at this point I'm willing to attack. Yeah, I'm going to attack. I'm going to attack. I think that's fine. Still feels like a very stupid idea to attack. It still feels like it was wrong. Okay. Yeah, it still feels wrong. Ashira, sure. Because they can just chump yet again, too. Like, I'm not... I really just don't think I should have attacked. Like, I'm already regretting it. In fact, I've been regretting it the entire turn. Give me the sweatset game, yeah. I don't know what game it is, but... I think I apologize. Okay, so... Bitter Blossom is hilarious, given the fact that I have this. Dread Fugue. I legit thought I took this out of my deck. I'm an idiot. I looked for it twice. Alright, any of this win the game? Other creatures have trample, non-creature enters, counter, gains, blah blah. Birthing Ritual. Okay, I'm gonna take that, because I don't like it. And, again, Commander's a little irrelevant, and attacking, yet again, doesn't feel like I'm gaining ground. So I won't attack. My opponent's simply just recurring value, so... Lagrella? Am I missing something? What was the last opponent I played? I can't even remember. What was your deck? I don't remember. It must have just happened. Did I lose? I must have lost, right? Is that the game? Wait, no, I drew 600 swamps? Yeah, okay, yeah. My hand was 3 swamps. I drew so many... Yeah, the Bant Flicker thing. That's right, the Bant Flicker thing. Yeah. Don't worry, you didn't miss anything. I just complained a lot. I drew so many lands. I had 3 lands, and, what was the other card in my hand? A cheat... I think it was a cheat death or something, so I couldn't, I couldn't use it on anything. Yeah. I had so many removal spells, I just didn't draw any. Tragic. Yeah. I got really, really flooded. Which is really unfortunate, because every other game I've played, I got mana screwed a lot. And then that was the first game I got mana flooded. But I mean, it happens. It happens. It's just really unfortunate, because I had Underworld Connections, drawing 2 cards a turn. I still got flooded. So nasty. Oh well, though. I had a lot more time than I thought I was going to, though. From the turn where you cracked the fetch land, when you had 5 mana already, I thought I was doomed. But, it was just that, like, weird Thalia 2/2, and then, Teleportation Circle, which I could have beaten. I could have beaten that. I just didn't draw anything. Tragic. Absolutely tragic. Okay, so I think I'm going to kill my opponent's commander here. I could cast my commander while I'm at it. Might as well. I will forage for no reason. I could also kill this thing. Probably should, actually, kill this thing. It most likely is the right thing to do, so I will. Infinity Magic the Gathering. Hello. Nashi, if you mentioned it in yesterday's video, yeah. That's why I'm playing it. I'm like, man, I like this card a lot. I should try it in the command zone. Okay, so I cannot fly over my opponent's stuff with my commander, unfortunately. The retrace on 6 is, like, actually miserable. Okay. I haven't really bopped anybody with my commander that much, so... And it's been an hour and a half, which, yeah, that doesn't surprise me. It's kind of just expected. Come on. Wow, they're swinging with the Gilded Goose? No, no, don't swing with the goose. Okay, this is a huge mistake. This is a huge mistake. Oh, wait, never mind. 6 has reach for some reason. Alright, never mind. All is well. Yeah, you changed your name. It scared me. Yeah. Back to your original name, okay. Well, hello. I don't think the 4 damage I pseudo missed with Shieldred is that impactful given the situation. I could give Shieldred flying? Okay, hold on, hold on. Nothing else has reach, right? Unless I'm tripping. So I can kill this now, and then I can fly over their stuff. Yeah, nothing's got reach. Wait a minute. Okay, no, there's no way I don't do this. I was gonna say, swinging with Shieldred might be better, but it's not better. It's not better. Yes! I got something! I got something. Too bad Dread Presence. Oh, if this was in play... Oh, that's alright. It's alright. I'll take it. I'm excited, but this doesn't actually... Like, this isn't that amazing. Am I just getting a swamp? There's no reason to get these, right? Cabal Stronghold would want another swamp. I don't believe I need these, but I also don't need more mana anyways. Yeah, we'll just take the castle. I don't need more mana. I just don't, so this is fine. Okay, so this is probably my opponent's last turn, which means there's an Alpha Strike in my future. They did draw a land. They cannot cast the Nyxbloom Ancient. Oh, yes, they can, but then they cannot do anything after. So that doesn't really matter. But they technically can cast it. It just doesn't do anything after you cast it. Sure, they get 7 basic lands in play, which don't matter. Yeah, that part doesn't matter. But they can cast this, put a counter on all their creatures, because the Defiler, they swing... Block, block, block. I am not dead to an Alpha Strike here. So I think the only thing that really matters is Radagast's trigger off of the Ancient, and nothing else matters. This is incorrect. I think they want to put them all on the trampled creature, so this is probably a mistake. Okay, unfortunately they figured it out halfway through. Never mind, they went back to not doing it. Sure. No. Of course it has to be like their last turn has to be the longest and slowest turn. Of course. Win or lose, I don't think, there's another turn cycle here. Okay, please no stupid Radagast trigger. That would be great. Okay, thanks. X is that. Okay, it just completely whiffed. It completely whiffed. That might do it. That might do it. I think I was guaranteed dead if they put them all in the Defiler. Now I have to think. Okay, putting me to 1 is unusual. I think you should swing with way more than that, but if they just swing with that, well, I'm not going to say anything. Let's see how they swing. Okay. Here. So now we're dealing with 13 plus another 6 is 19. So if I go here, we're dealing with 9. 19. We're dealing with 19. So here, we're dealing with... This is 11, so 5. Dealing with 16? Is there more to be gained elsewhere? I don't believe so. No. So I am dead. This is the best possible block I can make. It's the best possible. Alright, unfortunate. Yeah, if I had Dread Presence in play when this happened, Primeval Titan would have been amazing, right? I could have stolen 4 life. Actually, I would have won. Yeah, I would have won. Wow. I actually would have won. They would have taken 4 damage. I would have been at 4 higher in life total. Okay, they still had this trigger. I should have seen what this have triggered, because it could have, like, changed. Like, if they sack something and get something really good, the outcome could have changed. So this was crucial to find out. I should have waited to see, but let's say it didn't do anything that mattered, which is probably the most likely outcome anyways. I would have had this in play. Primeval Titan would have hit them for 4. I would be at 5. This does mean they just simply do not Alpha Strike if they're doing the math. So, yeah, super close game. Maybe my opponent was playing slow just to revel in that, like, ridiculous hand. And they're like, I'm gonna let this exist for a while and not actually play the game. And just wallow in my... Okay, unusual could mean a whole bunch of things, and those things are me casting this. Because this isn't as good as my commander, but it's still good enough to get that painfully obvious counterspell out of the way. A green-blue deck not doing anything on turn 1 or 2 is completely impossible. Alright, it could have been Wash Away still. It could have been nothing, but I don't know. I'm not upset with just casting this anyways, right? I'm going to assume my opponent's next turn is their commander. So I will cast mine. Please just play Tatyova. Please, please, please. Dang it. Don't Witness Protection. That's banned. Okay, now it could be literally anything. Apparently it involves my opponent's graveyard. Oh, okay, sure. Get themselves another fetch land, sure. Yeah, I like Dread Presence. So far it hasn't really done anything, but that's... I don't know, my land situation has been unbelievably embarrassing. Okay, my opponent somehow has 5 mana again. Okay, have to kill that, but I suppose I can start here. See what happens. Land and land. Excellent. There, and then kill their commander so I don't lose the game. Surely they're out of fetch lands. They have played 6, or 5. I guess I exiled one of them. Alright, that's the first time I hit lands off of Nashi, so I guess I'm not too upset. No, that's not true. I've done it before. There was a Caves of Koilos and a Swamp. Okay. Kind of interesting, I guess. Swingies? Yep. Oh, hey, look, it's Ulamog. Dread Presence. Kill Provisioner? There's no way Ulamog is wrong, right? Like, there's just no way that that's wrong. And I suppose Azusa, right? I don't actually know. Azusa's probably better than Yeah, okay. Well, that was by far one of the better hits I could have hit. Probably. Famous last words. I'm not going to play Bitter Blossom in case my opponent somehow deals 9 damage to me. Let's not let that be a reality. So I can give Ulamog flying, which is funny. So if my opponent's not aware of that, they die. I could have actually held on to this, and my opponent could have played thinking I could not give Ulamog flying. They could have lost that way. Alright, so it looks like they did mulligan for the 1-drop. So I guess, like I said, if this didn't matter, we lose, and now that it does, we're back in it. A lucky us. Surely your mulligan doesn't come with more stuff. They had 2. They had 2, and I can't kill the second one. Excellent. I can play my commander, and then I can stare at my opponent. That's an unusual decision. Probably not a good sign. Okay, never mind. They just leveled this up, sure. So, does Avriel kill this? Of course it doesn't. You got a counter. Why would it? Yep. There's nothing else to do, I guess. This doesn't even have a good range of things to hit out of my opponent's deck, unfortunately, so they might not even care about this. Oh, they're swinging with it, though. Okay, so I get to hit them. That's pretty cool. I feel like that's incredibly incorrect, but my opponent allowed me to get to this point. That's a little loose to me. I don't think I like this here. I don't think I like it at all. But they did it. I don't have any forests to get, obviously. Let's play Davriel and try to get a scam deal, maybe? There's no real reason to plus this, so I'll just try to get a scam deal, I guess. Drawing 3 is what I'm doing, and I guess I'll just give Helga +1/+1, because it doesn't really matter at this point anyways. I'm just chump blocking it regardless. I think I'm chump blocking it. I mean, it's really just down to my opponent drawing something that's big and scary, right? Like, I guess they don't have anything, but they very easily can just top deck it. Yeah, I like games done quick too. Or I liked it a lot more. I don't nearly like it as much now, for reasons, but I stopped watching it live. Oh, they're swinging at me! Wow. Alright, send it. I will just cash in a deal. They have a layer of the Hydra I have to be aware of. Whenever you draw, gain 2. Makes sense to me. And exile 2 cards from your hand. Easy enough. Just get rid of Unearth and Dreadhorde. Probably Unearth in this discard spell that I'm not too interested in casting. Although it could have really been a land. So I'm going to equip and go to attacks and see what happens before I proceed further. Because I'm probably going to have to cast the One Ring so I don't just die. It's weird to see this commander not do anything. My opponent mulliganed for a hand that was all 1-drops and then proceeded to not do anything else. Teferi's Protection is when? Until your next turn. That has to be right, though. That has to be right. I did not spend the mana before it phased out. That was a huge mistake. I should have spent the mana. Yep, that was a massive, massive mistake there. Oh well. I can't die. There's no reason to swing at me. I can fly for 6 and then Dreadhorde kill them. Suppose I'm going to present that lethal and see what happens. Just going to send it. And I am almost, but not dead, not quite dead if this doesn't work. Is this the fabled Dread Presence lethal? Is that what this is? It is. Wow, get wrecked. Yep, Helga, but with nothing to cast off of it. That's kind of crazy, but I don't know how crazy it is. My opponent mindlessly mulliganed for 1 mana ramp spells, and I killed one of them, the first one, the most important one, and then the next one didn't really do anything at all, so they just mulliganed for the turn 2 commander, with no payoff. And once we answered that, they stumbled and wound up not finding anything anyways. So, cool. I feel like I will enjoy this matchup if I don't misclick. I feel like it's a thing that can happen. Okay. Commander is a 4-mana commander in this format. Excuse me, in this matchup. Opponent's probably in the same boat. Yep. I probably cannot... Oh, that was an excellent draw. Kind of wish I drew it last turn, actually. All this time, you just think if I could just have kept hitting them with Nashi, but their hand has to be removal for days, right? Oh, wow. Okay, sure, yeah. Is that an outlaw? No, it's a noble. Haha! It's the exact opposite of an outlaw. They can reanimate it with their commander, I guess. Sure, they Minotaur, yep. So now I can resolve my commander and put the thing on it so it doesn't go away. When they cast their commander, they reanimate this anyways, so I don't feel incentivized to kill it right now with Fatal Push. Exiling it, though, was an argument. I just didn't do that. Oh, please extort. Nice. Alright. So no swingies. I will now exile your Sorin because that's what I want to do. Alright, Scam. Come on. Come on. Okay, that's good. Boromir is really good. It's another layer for Nashi to not die. And no board wipe, too. No board wipe. Except Farewell, but that wouldn't make sense from this commander. Okay, that can't deal with Kaya's Guile, so it has to take Boromir. Alright, this is the second time someone did not know this is how it works. Or maybe they do and they don't realize it. Or they have to do it anyways. That just doesn't work. It does specify. Okay, they played it without the ability to trigger it. Lucky us. We must now cast 2 removal spells. And we shall. In an order in which I feel fine with. Like this. I could feed the Swarm the black market, but they're doing a good job at, like, killing themselves with it as well, so it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, double removal spell here, and they're screwed. But this is the second time someone tried to O-ring my commander with Kaya's Guile, or Kaya's Ghost form, and it specifies exile or death. Azusa's kind of the weaker of the green bunch. Of course, why not? I think I'm going to cast Agonizing Remorse here, actually, instead of something else. Oh, no, dude. Your hand is so bad. Their hand was so dependent on this Gilded Goose. It was so dependent on that. Yikes. Hand is just really bad. They really, really, really need it to cast that, to untap with that thing there. Alright, so cast this, they cast Azusa, play a bunch of lands that don't matter, kill Azusa, and then I'm the one who casts the big green thing instead of you. Oh wow, Mulch just hit 4 lands. That's really funny. Mulch just hit 4 lands. Okay. Guess they weren't expecting that. That's really funny. Guess it doesn't really matter where the lands went. Oh, hey, look, it's Endurance. I guess I just cast it. It's not that exciting. Shuffle your stuff in there? Yeah, why not? And I will play this. See if I... Okay. Well, your hand is this. Congratulations. You can play lands. I will not kill this. I think I'm going to leave my... I could offer a trade here and they just poke my commander with theirs, but I feel like I really want my removal spells, so I'm going to do this. I just really want my removal spells so Azusa doesn't wind up doing something later that I can't beat. Okay, I don't even know what this does, but I'm gonna cast it. Choose 2. Lands and some bears. Why not? That's weird. Cabal Stronghold and Swamp. And there's no reason to kill their commander. They already have all the lands in the world. It's not doing anything. Playing these lands out doesn't change anything about what's going to happen. Alright. They did find something, but it doesn't do anything, so it's fine. I can just kill it. Shifting Woodland can be a massive threat with this, though. My opponent got creature card at random. Okay, so they can recur the worm when I kill it. Okay, that's cute. They have the Labyrinth, too, so I can't hit them with Nashi anymore, but I'm still way ahead, right? But Nashi doesn't go through, which is fine. And Gonti or Davriel? Let's do Davriel. No incentive to kill their commander. Just doesn't. Let's draw 3. And whenever you draw, exile the top 2 cards. That's totally fine. I'm not going to, obviously, exile my full graveyard or anything like that. Or library. Just doesn't matter. Alright, Gonti. Steal a big dumb thing. Sure. This doesn't have Delirium. Reanimating the worm does not save them anymore, if that's all they cast. Looks like it is. Yeah, this doesn't do it. Unless there's a land that has relevant text, I don't know what that looks like. Maybe I wanted to play Necropotence and just filled my hand up for the turn, but I am at 13. I don't want to get scammed by something weird. I can probably tax my own spells, honestly. Nah, we can just do this. If it kills me, that'd be hilarious. Let's find out. But the library exiling doesn't matter. It's like self-mill. It doesn't really matter. Alright, so non-token. No, there's no relevant order to this. Just, kill Hydra. And they're dead, right? I didn't even do the math. 5. Were they just dead? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, yeah, they were just dead on board. They could not activate this, right? Okay, so I actually really like this commander. It's kind of cool. It definitely plays as a like plan B, or it's parallel with your main strategy, which is, you know, it's half of your main strategy. It's you play this, sometimes you hit them and it does something. You play it, sometimes it does nothing, it dies or whiffs or whatever, and then, you know, the rest of your deck is just mono black things. You could run even more expensive, stupid stuff that you can hit out of your own library. It's not just your opponent's, so you can steal from your own library. However, if you do that, you're going to want to run mana rocks so you can actually cast big things. And I think it's much better to play a lower to the ground game and just use this as a value engine instead of anticipating it hitting something giant and stupid. Excuse me. I think there's better ways to do that, and this just doesn't... the deck is just going to get worse and more swingy. It's more reliant on hitting them, and then sometimes it still whiffs anyways, and you're like, oh, well. And then your opening hands are worse because you have like 5, 6 drops in every hand, and so I don't like that idea. The deck would look probably at least 50 cards different if you did something like that, and I'm just not going to do that. But it's a way to do it. I really liked the flying equipment. I did not think I would, but for some reason I kept drawing it. Same with the Bitter Blossom and the Army Orc thing, Dreadhorse Invasion. For some reason those cards were just in my hand so many games. And I like them. They're not that insane, but they're pretty nice on turn 2. They're pretty nice. I think Bitter Blossom's probably a little bit better than the Dreadhorde, but, you know, they're kind of similar enough. So those things are nice. All of the things to Dark Ritual are nice, right? That was kind of the main point of this whole deck. Like, oh yeah, Dark Ritual. If I could put it in the command zone, I would. But I can't. I don't even know if I cast Dark Ritual a single time. Okay, I cast it against, actually, hold on, that's not true. Where's this person? Yeah, this person that was in my chat earlier. I guess I played against them. Where are they? Oh. I don't know what... They were playing Lagrella. The Lagrella player. That person. They hopped into the chat. I played Dark Ritual that game, but it was taxed by 2, so it just, like, it was mana neutral. And then I think I used Dark Ritual in a different game once, and I can't quite remember what I did with it. It was Dark Ritual into 2 spells. I just don't really remember, but I really wanted to Dark Ritual scam people more than I got to. You know, black only has Dark Ritual. Green has 45 Dark Rituals, right, that don't die and can keep doing things for some reason. So, I know this is 2 mana instead of 1, but, you know, if I could replace Dark Ritual with Llanowar Elves, I absolutely would. Same with a lot of these cards. So that's unfortunate we don't have that. If this deck could play 1 mana cards that do Llanowar Elf thingies, if you just had a ton of those, this would be excellent. Actually, that would go for basically every single 3 mana black commander. If it had access to Llanowar Elf style cards, it would suddenly be some of the best things to do, just because you can play it turn 2. It suddenly now is a huge thing, but you cannot do that. And I know turn 2 to 3 doesn't sound like a big deal, but it is huge. It is massive. Especially play versus draw. It even gets larger when you start to consider that. So that is that's just the downside of being mono black, right? You just can't turn 2 this ever. It's just randomly turn 1ing it sometimes with this. But all in all, what it does is very cool, and it has a pretty decent chance of doing something when it hits your opponent, whether it's out of your deck or your opponent's. Sometimes you're not mad if it's just a 3 mana card or just a land. It's like, okay, I guess I can take that, right? Not like that bad. I still got something out of it, just not that amazing. I guess you didn't pay any life because it was a 0 mana thing, but it is absolutely a must-answer threat because it can randomly win the game. So every single time my opponent had an answer to it, they had to use that answer because there was no way you could just let yourself repeatedly get hit by this. You're eventually going to get absolutely schmeeded. I would say Gisa is not that exciting. It's a terrible, terrible commander, but as a random 5-drop to hit off of this, it's kind of nice, and it plays into the mono black bunch of removal spells anyways, because I can't not do that. I'm mono black. So if I'm going to run a bunch of cards that commit crimes, I might as well run this. But this could have been something else. Absolutely could have been 5 other... Wormcoil Engine, something like that. Yeah, I did Windmill Slam an Ulamog once. Could run Ulamog myself, but it is 10 life. Yeah, it's 10 life to do that. It's not that crucial. That does the life payment part isn't that big of a deal. I did pay a lot of life between the Bitter Blossoms and the Dreadhorde invasions that I just had basically every game for some weird reason, and I would say that paying life off of any spell I stole actually didn't matter too much. I always felt like I had enough life to do whatever I wanted, but back to the top end here. I don't really like Gisa, and I never cast Virtue a single time, so I don't know how I feel about this. It the very least is a 2 mana answer to Mana Dorks, so you might as well run it with the off chance of getting the other side of it, right? You can hit it off of this. It does do things. It's just I never hit anything. But I really think this could have been Wormcoil Engine, or probably not Platinum Angel. I don't think I like Platinum Angel, but it could have been Wormcoil Engine. I think so. Fell is a sorcery. There's probably a better removal spell than this, just because this is a sorcery. We will never notice it's a sorcery until it really matters, and then you're like, oh man, this... Oh, it's so good. It's like, oh, it's just murder on 2. It's like, no, it's a sorcery. That's not very good at all. That's an argument to not run it in any way. It's a sorcery. It makes it kind of bad. But yeah, giving it flying ended up working out, so I like the flying equipment more than I thought I would. And yeah, alright. Let me know what you thought about this commander. I can recommend it. I thought it was pretty good. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.